It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Utah Jazz. So for the Jazz, their last game a win against the Wizards. The season series tied at a game apiece. We'll see if they can win the tiebreaker tonight. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team. And those guys know how to pace themselves. And you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Skydance Bridge spanning Interstate 40, one of the many sights to see here in Oklahoma City. We have the Jazz as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Maybe the upper hand in this one, the Oklahoma City Thunder won the last matchup of the season against the Utah Jazz. And with that win, they evened up the season series at 1 apiece, giving them a chance to pull ahead right here.
And the final score really didn't reflect just how well they played in that game.
Now let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. An excellent matchup at the center position tonight, Brent. Do centers take it as personal challenges when they are in that marquee matchup with the name as big as theirs?
I think they do, Kevin, but with the way the game is played nowadays, I think it gets a little frustrating for centers because we often don't see teams just pounding it down into the block or finding guys in the post. So the way that they have to impact the game isn't the way that we're used to in the 70s and 80s with huge scoring outputs. It's more about offensive rebounding, great screen setting, and shot blocking.
They're so hard to officiate, too. Sometimes they don't know what they can and cannot do from night to night.
And the fact that the game is so spread out, all of a sudden when centers are in the middle of all that action and it looks physical, maybe more fouls get called because we're just not used to seeing that much banging going on in the middle.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Favors and Gobert, the defensive big men pair. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. Now here's Oladipo from deep. And it's Westbrook missing. Outside Hill. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Outside Hood. Shot clock at 6. It's back to Hill. Great D that time from Westbrook.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Outside Favors. And it's Hill. That time the assist from Favors.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Looks like he might have a little bit of an edge to his game today.
Now here's Westbrook coming off a stellar performance against New Orleans. Robertson can't hit.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hill passes to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. Hill kicks to Hood. Nice ball movement by Utah. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Deep two from Hill. And it's off the back rim. No good. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against New Orleans.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, offensively, they got all the momentum behind them, got the D on the ropes, and they just kept throwing haymakers. You always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score, but when you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
Second free throw, no good. And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brennan. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Rodney Hood. Oladipo, good.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Favors with a screen on Westbrook. To the middle, off the screen, and it's Favors laying it in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Yeah, he paid attention in arts and crafts school right there. Didn't have to work very hard at all for that one.
Now here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. That three off the mark. Utah comes into this one after the win against the Wizards in Washington.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
Oh, and they also took a few jabs, too. But as prolific as their offense was, there was no way they were going to be outscored in that one.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, using his wide frame right there, Adams able to get the position he wants and drops it through.
Outside Hood. Outside Hill. Gobert with a screen on Westbrook. Hill has the open look. Kept alive. Gobert. Hill kicks to Hood. Hayward outside. Hill against Westbrook. Outside Hill. Right side Favors. Tries again. They shoot again. First trip to the line for him here.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good.
And I tell you what, Derek Favors has arrived. I mean, the third overall pick back in the 2010 draft. Never a doubt about the ability and the talent, but I think it took him a while to get comfortable playing at this level. And in the last two seasons, it feels like he's just kind of put it all together. It oftentimes takes young guys coming into this league a little bit of time to develop their niche and their identity, but once they do, boy, watch out.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. Screen by Adams. Oladipo for three. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Hill kicks to Hood. The dish to Hayward. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Another miss by Utah. Oklahoma City's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Westbrook, no good. The Jazz have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Outside Hood. Pass to Favors. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Favors has got his second basket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Westbrook with a screen for Oladipo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And watching Adams go to work out there, he is a bit of an old school big man in the sense that, Brent, he'll throw his weight around and look to intimidate the other team.
Yeah, Adams willing to take on that role, take the punches and take the hits for the rest of his team. And it goes along with his great defensive instincts, I think. His activity down low, certainly a big help for this team's defense.
And the first one drops.
Once a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Steven Adams has the size and smarts to really become a devastating big man in the NBA.
And the Jazz making a change here. Lyles checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, you can never underestimate just how important depth is for a team, Brent. These are the games where you really start to see which teams have the strongest, sturdiest benches.
You also have to commend, Kevin, coaches that have a deep team and are willing to call upon those guys, and to see them step in and perform right away. It tells a lot about those coaches and what they've been doing during their practice time to establish that confidence and get results immediately.
Oladipo misses.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Favors with a screen on Westbrook. Pass to Lyles. All alone. And Utah again with the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Hayward.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Thunder trailing by 4. And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brent. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
Utah is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Hill kicks to Lyles. Hayward outside. Favors with the screen. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. One item with Russell Westbrook and the big contract for Enes Kanter. The Thunder without a lot of financial wiggle room right now.
Well, with Westbrook, we've talked about how much on a nightly basis you're going to have a chance to win regular season games. But with the loss of Ibaka and Durant, it opens up a huge opportunity for a big man to step up and contribute. One of the things Billy Donovan has to be proud in what he saw last year was Steven Adams and his progression in the middle. Can Enes Kanter now become that guy to play consistently on the inside for OKC?
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Sabonis, he's checked in for Adams. McDermott comes in for Taj Gibson. And Abrinas subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And so Favors nails both of them. Thunder trailing by 3. To the inside. Outside Westbrook. And Robertson has it in the corner. From deep. That shot, no good. And it's Utah the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Favors with the screen. Works for 3. Here's Lyles. Got a piece of it. The pass to Abrinas. And stolen by Favors. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Westbrook. He's putting up 31 points per, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. There's been a lot of debate back and forth about the intentional fouling of poor free throw shooters. We've talked about this before, but it seems like, Brent, we saw it more than ever over the last year and a half, last 2 seasons.
Again, I think the league is going to take a long look at some of the things they can do to alter the intentional foul rule towards the end of the games. There's been a lot of talk about the international way where it's always a technical foul, and that may help out the league and discourage coaches from slowing down the game. But it's up to the commissioner's office to explore it, and we'll see what they can come up with.
Of course, you always like coaches to use strategy. It does force them to use strategy because it affects the numbers and the way teams will be played.
Look, Kevin, every single coach that talks about the intentional foul rule says that they don't like to do it. But if it's well within their rules to get a possession where they can put a poor foul shooter at the free throw line, stop some kind of offensive momentum, and make sure they dictate tempo by fouling a player on the floor, as long as it's available to them, they're going to use it.
And the Thunder with the possession here after the basket by Utah. Passes to Sabonis. The tray. Rebounded by Exum.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
From beyond the arc, hands it from downtown. And it's an 8-point Jazz lead.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. A second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, AM doesn't stand for morning with Westbrook. It stands for attack mode. And you look at Russell Westbrook, definitely an MVP caliber player. And I recall some eyebrows being raised when he was selected by the Seattle Sonics, the 4th overall pick back in 2008. Clearly the franchise knew what they were doing.
Free throw good, Westbrook. And Brent, you won the dunk contest back in '96. You've got to think Russell Westbrook could have won it too, if he wanted.
Are you saying over me, Kevin?
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys who could have won it over me. Yeah, he's a big-time game dunker, and I loved his quote. He said, "I dunk on people." That's what makes his dunk so special, the ferocity with which he attacks the rim.
And for years, people used to criticize Westbrook for his shot selection. You hear less and less of that, though, now lately.
Well, he's an MVP-type player in his own right. He led the league in scoring in 2015. Remember, with Kevin Durant out, and he did it very, very efficiently. It's a good problem to have if you're Billy Donovan and the Thunder.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
The teardrop falls in. Westbrook's got 10 points.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook a terror once he gets in there.
Really left alone that time. And the Jazz lead by 9.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Stolen by Exum. Burks on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Exum. He has 7.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Outside Westbrook. 1:52 left to play in the first. Westbrook missing again.
Well, he's seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league, but right now, he just does not have the touch.
Back to Ingles. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Yeah, it looks like the makings of a blowout here, but their task now is to maintain this level of effectiveness and not get sloppy.
Now, here's Burks. After the miss from Doug McDermott. Burks kicks to Exum. There's the 3. Good D by Westbrook. Thunder trailing by 13. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Grant gets a wide open look and just miss after miss right now. Utah shooting an outstanding 61% in the early goings. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Westbrook. Exum passes to Lyles. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 bangs home the trifecta. Lyles got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Burks with the steal. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. The fast break chance. Second shot opportunity. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 6.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, not only have they been the aggressors, their early execution has been off the charts.
Here's Westbrook. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Like a guy delivering ice, a very cool customer there. He knew the clock was winding down, but hit it as though there was no other shot.
And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
And the front offices are always busy looking at that bench, trying to acquire spare parts that can make the difference.
They've got Steven Adams. Victor Oladipo is out there with Andre Robertson. Then it's McDermott, and it's Gibson in at the 4-man position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Nice shot by McDermott.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here is Hill. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Washington.
And he also was really tenacious about attacking the D and creating wide open shots for his other guys. That's why his teammates love him.
Now here's Oladipo. After Gordon Hayward's miss. Gibson the screen. Fades and shoots. Rebound, Utah. They led by as many as 18 points. And looking at the Jazz roster, they're a well-balanced group. You see scorers, Greg, playmakers, rebounders, shot blockers, plenty of quality depth.
And they've done a great job of drafting. Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
You know, Brent, when you take a look at the fit for Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook and Victor Oladipo, that might be the most athletic backcourt tandem in the NBA.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed in the Western Conference to find a backcourt that has this kind of athleticism. McCollum and Lillard in Portland, that's one way to go. Steph and Clay in Golden State, that's another. But sheer athleticism right here in OKC, they may be tops.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft, one of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
He hits both from the stripe.
Surveying the Thunder roster here, and a lot of the players on it were their own draft picks. They've done a great job of identifying some talent late in rounds in the draft. Found a good amount of rotation players even when they were going deep into the playoffs.
Now here's Johnson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Well, after hitting a 3 in the first quarter, he's gone cold from the perimeter during this one.
Kicks to McDermott. For the 3. He doesn't hit that one. And Utah the other way now. And for the Thunder and their draft success, Brent, it's so important as they aren't usually big players in free agency.
Well, that's a tip of the cap you have to give to their general manager to continue to seek out players that are going to complement the team. Just invaluable.
And the Stifle Tower, the French rejection, whichever name you want to give for Rudy Gobert, it probably speaks to his tremendous rim protection abilities, Greg.
Man, a few years back at the Combine, his wingspan measured at a record 7 feet, 8.5 inches. Clearly one of the league's premier shot blockers. Very difficult to shoot a high percentage against him. And at the offensive end, he's become an excellent rebounder and finisher in traffic.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And teams love an easy bucket in transition, but a good half-court offense is critical. We see it especially in the playoffs, Brent.
Well, effective half-court offense begins and ends with great ball movement and player movement. So if you're exploring the early part of the possession and something breaks down, continuity into your half-court offense can lead to a great tempo for possessions throughout the course of a game.
Well said. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, it seems at times that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double at will. But he said, everybody thinks that I care about numbers and things like that, but I really don't. I don't think about who shoots, how many times they shoot. That really doesn't matter to me. I just like to win. All that matters is if we win. Kevin?
Thanks, D8, one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Well, take your breather, but then come up with a game plan or a set that produces something high percentage. Let's get back on track.
And a look now at the breakdown between three-point and two-point shots attempted here tonight for the Thunder. Thunder trailing by 14. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Dishes it to Oladipo. Gibson setting a pick for Oladipo. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Robertson. This one for three. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, the outside shot still a whip, a work in progress, but the team needs Robertson to hit these to keep the floor spaced.
Gobert the screen. Hayward dishes to Gobert. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Jazz lead by 13. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Robertson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Oladipo for 3. Rebounded by Hood. Hood's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Yeah, man, this game would shift drastically if he was on tonight and making those shots that we normally see him hit.
Now here's Hayward. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Wizards in Washington. Shot on the wing. Kept alive. He dishes it to Hill. The Jazz working the ball around now. Hood kicks to Hayward. Gobert the pass to Hayward. Gobert the screen. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Gordon Hayward with the 3. Hayward's got 5 points so far.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Now here's Oladipo. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Johnson can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 16. And Robertson kicks to Oladipo. Feeds it to Adams. To the middle. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Well, he's got hops, Kevin. A 42-inch vertical at the 2013 Combine. Definitely a high riser.
Now here's McDermott. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. He feeds it to Oladipo. He kicks to Gibson. There's the dish to McDermott. Three-pointer. Knocks it loose, but they get it back. And Robertson kicks to Oladipo. Adams with the screen on Hill. Oladipo dishes to Adams. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, you don't want to give Adams the N1 opportunity. Better to wrap him up and force him to try to earn all the points from the free throw line.
Arenas is checked in for Oklahoma City. And Utah with a change here, too. Favors is checked in. The Thunder have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Now here is Hill. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Hood for 3. Another miss by Utah. Thunder trailing by 11. Abrines covered by Hood. Here's Abrines. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Hill kicks to Favors. Favors with the screen. There's the feed to Hood. And another shot. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Hood's got 9.
And without his sharp shooting, who knows where they'd be right now.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And Rodney Hood, talk about making a jump from year 1 to year 2. Greg, he improved in almost every facet of the game.
And Hood came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter, and that's been the case from both long and mid-range off the bounce. What has surprised some people, though, is his advanced ball handling and his ability to find open teammates. A relatively quick study there. Still a ton of upside to Hood's game.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Sabonis, he's checked in for Gibson. Jeremy Grant comes in for Roberson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Oladipo. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Johnson. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Rodney Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. And so here is Oklahoma City. 11-point game. And it's Westbrook missing.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Here's Ingles. 6 points for him. Diaw, the screen. Clock at 6. On its way from Burks for 2. Westbrook pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That is a terrible foul to commit. He now has 2, and he's going to have to play more conservative from now on.
And here now the Thunder. They trail by 11. Out left to the wing. Releases from 15. Rebound, Utah.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
Diaw can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Left side, Adams. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Adams has got it back down to within single digits for Oklahoma City.
Who's watching here?
Out to the wing. Exum with it. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Favors at the elbow. No good there. And the Thunder going the other way now. Abrinas. Burks covering. Abrinas the pass to Adams. And stolen by Favors. Exum with a wide open look. Another miss by Utah. Thunder trailing by 9. Pass to Adams. Burks with the steal. Ingles in the corner. Stolen by Grant. Pass to Adams. Left side, Westbrook. From 13. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Burks dishes to Diaw. The baseline jumper goes down. Diaw's got his first basket of the night. Oklahoma City's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Grant outside. To the paint, Adams. The shot misses. The Jazz go the other way with it.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. You played for, what was it, 6 different teams over your terrific career. We're seeing less and less players remain on the same team for their entire career. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the game of basketball?
I think it's a thing that just can't be avoided nowadays with the way the contracts and free agency are set up and the way the teams like to maneuver around. One of the things, Kevin, I think that's taken effect is a quick trigger from a lot of the younger owners that the NBA has where they don't have immediate success. They're not willing to go the patient route and wait for guys to develop, wait for guys to see their talent and come to fruition with the team that they're with. And so you'll continue to see plenty of player movement as the league moves on.
Trey Lyles checked in for Derek Favors. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Thunder with the possession here. It's a 13-point game. Outside Westbrook. Over to the wing. Screen by Adams. Grant kicks to Adams. Shot clock at 6. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Walking with legends here, guys. Look at some outstanding seasons, decades apart. averaging a triple-double in each game over the course of an entire NBA season. Oscar Robertson's 1961-62 season was something to marvel at, and now in our current era, a special player making his own mark on the NBA with the tremendous play he's been showing us all season long.
And that's still one of the most hallowed achievements in NBA history. I mean, we're talking about the Big O averaging a triple-double over the course of an entire season. I mean, to think we have another player with a shot to do that, it really speaks to the one-of-a-kind season he's having. This is the stuff of legends.
Takes the 13-footer. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists now in the game. Exum kicks to Burks. And the pass to Exum. 58 seconds left here in the second. Diaw with a wide-open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Thunder trailing by 13. And here's Westbrook from the arc. It's hauled in by Lyles.
Well, whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
Burks can't get it to go.
Perfect positioning, and you know he will knock that look down more times than not. Just didn't connect there.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Adams. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
That's really one of his specialties, altering shots in close.
Here's Lyles. Makes it off the glass. Lyles got 9 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And that one, good.
Typically, you don't have a lot of sets that get through Steven Adams. But on the offensive end tonight, he's been aggressive.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Jazz lead by 13. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend. And, we've been a little bit fortunate, too. They've missed some shots. But, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to review the first half of action. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, your thoughts?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Thunder?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Steven Adams with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
Might also look at the coach and his game plan in terms of trying to find those good looks. They'll be looking to do the same here down the stretch.
Here's Hill. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. A tall wing pair with Hood at the 2 and Hayward at the small forward. Favors and Gobert the defensive big men pair. And it's Hill in at the point. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. Pass to Adams. Gobert with the block. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Here's Westbrook. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Westbrook's got the first field goal of the second half for Oklahoma City.
Well, watch Robertson play, and you'll see why it is that he's respected amongst his teammates. Great length with his arms, can guard the 1 through 4 position, and blends size and speed. The only thing that you'd like to see is him improve his consistency from the three-point line.
Jazz leading by 13. And a wide open look for Hood. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And 11 points for Rodney Hood.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Westbrook. Drills the three-pointer. Westbrook's got 17. Thinking a bit more about Robertson and his defense, he can do it all from jumping a passing lane to sending a shot into the third row.
Yeah, so really for him, it's all about timing. Very smart in the way he lines up to block shots and a good sense of knowing when to jump in and help off the ball.
They're doing work here in the second half, 3 or 4 to start.
Westbrook against Hill. Right side Westbrook. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And a look here at the shot chart.
What a display we've seen from them so far. Every half open look they've gotten, they've knocked down and show no signs of letting up. Right now, they are in the driver's seat. As long as they can keep their rhythm on offense, they'll just steamroll this team the rest of the way.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Utah has turned a corner, establishing its identity under Quinn Snyder as a youthful, defensive-minded team. Coach Snyder said, our players have gotten better. Our team has gotten better. There was a connectivity and a defensive mindset that was bubbling beneath the surface. The habits were there. The intensity was there. Things have just clicked. Kevin?
All right, D.A., they're on the rise. Now Favors after Victor Oladipo missed from long range. And here's Hill for 3. Again, missing Hill.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
It's stolen by Gobert. Hood drives in, releases from 15, and that one's good by Favors. He's got 8.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Timeout. He gathers himself so quickly, really has a great instinct for hitting that mid-range jumper.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's around 14 points per game, 14 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Dishes to Oladipo, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Gibson. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Favors sets the pick for Hill. Hayward outside, takes the three. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hayward's got 10.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Oladipo kicks to Westbrook. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Improving as a setup man every year, Westbrook could become one of those guys, dare I say, double-digit assists every season.
And the Thunder making a change here. McDermott's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Utah. Jazz leading by 14. Hill kicks to Johnson. Oladipo against Hood. He dishes it to Hill. Gobert, the screen. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gibson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Westbrook drives in. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Jazz have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Left side, Hood. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And knowing that's the kind of D the opposition has been playing, he's going straight for the jugular, just like he should.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 17. To the wing on the left. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. Hits the jumper in space. Gibson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Beautiful feed there, using the bounce pass, textbook assist.
Gobert, the screen. Hill kicks to Gobert. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And that's exactly what you want. Height mismatch in close leads to the easy layup.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game. And that one misses. Thunder trailing by 16. Oladipo outside. Here's Roberson. The three-pointer off the mark. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Gobert, the screen. Hill kicks to Johnson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, over a decade in the NBA, Joe Johnson, one of the most effortless scorers in the game. With his size, his skill, he is so tough to slow down.
And Brent, we see Joe Johnson working in the post more and more, using that size to his advantage. He's fun to watch.
Well, he's a great scorer, Kevin, has a nose for the basket. And I think as his career has gone on here, playing with combo guards out on the perimeter, at the small forward spot, Joe Johnson can still generate points from the block.
Johnson hits them both.
Well, primetime years for Joe Johnson meant ISO Joe for his ability to score one-on-one, a style of offense that's lost a little bit of its favor, but it remains effective for Joe.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's got 6. Gibson with the screen on Hood for 3. Westbrook. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders for the last 10 games. Gosh, can these guys throw the ball around the court? Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. 5th, Russell Westbrook.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
Johnson kicks to Hood. Gobert with a screen for Hood. Back to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Hayward passes to Johnson. And Gibson sends it back. Westbrook dishes to Oladipo. And here's McDermott. They set the screen. Feeds to Gibson. And Roberson kicks to Gibson. That's tipped and stolen by Hood. Johnson outside. Outside Hill. Goes up on the high post. With the second effort. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 8.
Just claimed that possession for his own there. Grabs the offensive rebound and puts it right back in.
Thunder trailing by 20. Oladipo outside. He kicks to McDermott. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. The dish to Gobert. It's back to Hill. Hayward kicks to Gobert. For 3, Hill kept alive. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Take a look at the Jazz. Advantage in 1 series. And, of course, Oklahoma City, 3 games behind.
Right now for the Jazz, they weren't really being talked about as contenders coming into the season, but they have entered that conversation.
Well, they're in the thick of it, and I think they got an attitude that's well suited for the pressure and intensity of playoff basketball. So when the postseason arrives, look out for this team.
2.
He's off on the first. A different look for Oklahoma City. Sabonis, he's checked in for Gibson. Jeremy Grant comes in for Andre Robertson. And Abrinas subbed in for Victor Oladipo. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Trey Lyles checked in for Johnson. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Dante Exum in for George Hill. He's off on the second. They set the pick. Screened by Grant. And there's the feed to Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
The shot by Burks. Nobody around. Offline with his 3. Outside Westbrook. Tries to snap the cold streak. Another miss by Westbrook.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And this is one of those slumps that you'll just probably want to shoot your way out of.
Now here's Burks. Gobert the screen. Off the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Exum. But they recover it.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Pass to Lyles. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Lyles got 11 points.
And that's what you need to do. When you're the bigger man, you have to punish the defender inside.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And no hesitation with Westbrook being challenged on that shot. That's just how much confidence he has in his game.
Pass to Burks. Gobert dishes to Exum. Gobert the screen. Here's Ingles. The 3-pointer no good. Thunder trailing by 20. Here's Abrinas. His 3-pointer's off the mark. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Ingles. 6 points for him. Some solid defense from Grant. Abrinas. Burks covering. Abrinas the pass to Sabonis. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Nice shot by McDermott.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Yeah, he absolutely refused to back down there. Crafty lay-in.
And it's good for 2. 11 points in the game.
Well, that's one of his best attributes, is his passes hit guys in stride.
Here's the screen. The pass to Sabonis. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Back to Ingles. Gobert with a screen on Grant. Shot off the screen, and again it's Utah.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Yep, he's going to kill you coming off of those down screens. As a defender, you have to fight over the top.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Jazz leading by 20. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Start it.
Adams, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Rudy Gobert. Diaw comes in for Burks. And George Hills subbed in for Exum. It's stolen by Adams. Outside Westbrook. And the call will be against George Hill. And that'll be his third foul so far. .106 left to play here in the third. Jazz leading by 20. Ingles kicks to Hill. Back to Ingles. Fires the three. The rebound by Grant.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Adams outside. Pass to Sabonis. Makes it off the glass.
Nice unselfish dish there, right where his teammate could do something with it.
Utah is shooting 48% from the field as a team in this third quarter. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Wiles kicks to Ingles. Off target with his three.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now Westbrook. 19 points in the game. Screen by Adams. Fires from deep. And the miss. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Jazz. They lead by 18. And we'll be back with you right after this. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Just an observation. We got to get a whole lot more physical. Loose balls we need to dive on. We need to get more physical.
Billy D putting emphasis on toughness and tired of seeing his team get pushed around.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, it's torture watching your guys get moved around out there. Might need a personnel change if this continues.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Thunder, Taj Gibson is out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Andre Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. Drills it from outside. Roberson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Thunder. Here's Hill. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
I think he spotted an area on the floor to gain that separation and then let it fly with a quick release.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Now here is Hill. He feeds it to Diaw. Over to the left wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And Utah making a change here. Hayward's checked in. Thunder trailing by 14. Now here's Oladipo. Kicks to Adams. They set the pick. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Outside Gibson. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Favors. Right side Hill. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. And that'll be his third foul so far. Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Gobert, the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hood, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Dishes to Gibson. Inside, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, Adams, surprisingly there, maybe a little bit more assertive on the offensive end. Good to see him throw that one down.
Favors with the screen. The shot by Hayward, wide open. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Well, that happens sometimes. The ball just does not go down. But I'll tell you what, he'll take that shot every time.
Now here's Adams. Screen by Adams. Oladipo dishes to Gibson. Tries it from 9. No good off the back of the rim. Jazz leading by 14. Hill up top. Guarded by Oladipo. Out to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. Hayward missing again.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Adams' shot is good.
Yeah, no disparaging remarks with regards to his effort in this one. He's making everything, and he needs his teammates to step up to the plate to help him out.
Now here's Favors. Hayward kicks to Hood. Gobert the screen. Hill against Oladipo. It's stolen by Oladipo. And here's the fast break. Oladipo leading the way. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots.
Oladipo, a good free throw shooter, so well served to seek out contact and get to the line. Well, if you ask around the league about the moves that the Thunder made with the trade for Victor Oladipo at the 2016 draft, most people would tell you they got the better of it. Oladipo, the best shooting guard they've had since James Harden.
That free throw good from Oladipo. And you know, Brent, the Oklahoma City Thunder for so long making do with one way at the off-guard position.
I think you're right, Kevin, and maybe Victor Oladipo changes that. Over 15 points per game for his career, and a very aggressive and athletic defender, a legit two-way player for OKC.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hayward outside, and then Favors with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Oladipo. And Robertson has it in the corner. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Jazz leading by 13. On the wing, Hill. Favors with a screen on Oladipo. Outside, Favors. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. Just 3 to shoot. Hood can't get it to go.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Utah's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Down low, here's Favors. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, nice pass in close quarters. Sometimes those can be tricky.
Adams with the screen on Hill. Oladipo goes in. Pass to Abrinas. To the middle, looking for Gibson. He gets it there. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Thunder. Adams, the pass to Roberson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Roberson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Outside, Favors. On its way from Hayward for 2. Again, the Jazz score.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Not one of their better efforts, as you can tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
Utah leading by 15. Gobert with it. Hood on the wing, guarded by Oladipo. Hill dishes to Favors. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from 18. Hill, no good.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now here's Hayward. Feeds it to Hood. To the inside. Gibson with the steal. Here's Roberson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Hayward kicks to Hill. He dishes it to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Adams quick off his feet there. With that size and length, tough to shoot over.
Oladipo outside. He kicks it to Westbrook. It's stolen by Hill. Oladipo against Hood. To the inside. Favors. And no good that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Westbrook passes to Oladipo. Back to Westbrook. Inside. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Adams with the make them pay mentality right here from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And still a big wish list item for Commissioner Silver, creating a 2 years out of high school requirement for players coming into the NBA.
It's going to be interesting, Kevin. I'm all for anybody who has a talent to do something to be exposed to do it as soon as you possibly can. But for the good of the league, for the product as a whole, I think 2 years in college would be a great rule for our league. It'll save coaches time from teaching these young players how it is to be a pro and to play the pro game.
It's stolen by Gobert. And Hill has it in the corner. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Thunder trailing by 14. Outside Westbrook. Kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson the screen. On its way from Oladipo for two. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Hood. For three, Hill buries it from three-point range. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Down low, here's Gibson. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
Terrific effort from him really all night, yet despite his supreme marksmanship, they're still operating at a deficit.
Now here is Hill. Three-pointer, Hayward, and Utah another three.
Well, he just nailed his second three of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Start it.
Westbrook dishes to Robertson. 11 feet away. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
They set the screen. Hill kicks to Favors. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Oladipo outside. Now the dish to Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Favors with the screen. Hill kicks to Hayward. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. It's back to Hill. Shoots. And that one comes up a bit short. Thunder trailing by 18. Oladipo, the pass to Westbrook.
Get there, get there.
Gibson the screen. Westbrook missing again. Utah has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Hill kicks to Gobert. It's back to Hill. Nice ball movement by Utah. The feed to Gobert. It's stolen by Oladipo.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Jazz.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play. Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Favors. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Burks' shot is good.
Is it getting dark in here? Because if not, it's time to turn the lights out.
It's true. We've officially entered garbage time with some fans starting to hit the exits.
So it's the Thunder now, trailing by 17. Oladipo, good.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, it feels like this one's in the books. The only opportunity left is to try and fix some issues that were exposed tonight.
Now, here's Burks. There's the pick. To the paint, here's Diaw, and the layup is good.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, as time became a factor, they became the aggressors. Big time finish to pull away.
Here's Abrinas. From outside, off the mark. On offense, here are the Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. And here's Exum. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Gordon, nice win for you guys tonight. What was the difference?
Energy. I think we play with a lot of energy, passion, especially defensively. You know, when we're all doing our job and we're playing and we're focused and we're solid defensively, we're not really having lapses, we can be a pretty good team. You know, that we don't have to walk the ball up the court, and it's not as difficult on our offense. So it all starts defensively, and I think it all starts with energy down there.
You've become one of the best young defensive teams in the league, Gordon. Thanks very much. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derek Favors. He posted a double-double tonight, points and rebounds. You can see the energy he brings to this team and the difference he makes when he's on his game.
There are a lot of fantastic power forwards in today's NBA. And let me tell you, Derek Favors is right there among them. And there are nights like this when he even stands above that crowd. His offensive game is extremely well-rounded. He's solid all around.
Sometimes it takes a special effort from one of the others to win on the road, and that's what he gave him. He played an unbelievable ball game, played smart, played in control, and got them points when they needed it. Others, baby, I love them.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.